Your mama, what they assemble, what they assemble, papa. What me ayama, and then more example about that comedian. GM, maybe 2 minutes after that, then we come back with NPP for side of everything.
To implement a 24-hour economy. And by this, we will provide incentives in terms of reduction in corporate taxes and other exemptions to businesses that will sign up to the 24-hour economy initiative. And if we remember, in the past, but then we must also look at the security side and make sure that we provide them with security. Because remember, in the past, filling stations used to work 24 hours. Unfortunately, armed robbers started attacking them, and because of that, they all closed at about 10 o'clock. And so if we're able to provide them with adequate security, businesses and services like that, there's no reason why they can't operate 24 hours. And we'll give them the tax incentives to be able to do so. We'll identify and promote strategic growth areas such as IT with a targeted $3 billion investment and drive an aggressive infrastructure development under our Big Push program. We will shift attention from the macro economy to the micro and focus on growth in the real sector instead of just on macroeconomic stability. Additionally, we'll support the TUC and organized labor to expand its current investments and establish new joint businesses and ventures with third parties to also provide employment to our people. And you can see organizations like Quality Insurance, which are established by labor. This thing. I'm sure there are more places where labor can invest its resources.
What I understand is GM comes out with this kind of policy. I don't think it was a bit difficult for a reasonable person to understand. So why or how on earth now NPP for us this has become a bit problematic for them? I want to say from Cameroon to Maize come from Baomiers come. We got a regional chairman, and I said the whole vice president or vie to become the president of the land. Said this very simple thing, very very common logic, and as a simple logic, and it's a problem for him. I think you analyze it, or we've taken our time throughout this week to discuss this kind of policy. But on Sundays, the Senate American is good. We do education, and we need to let people understand the policy by itself. Confuse Obia because NPP for what they have started to do is they want to confuse people by all these kind of things that GM can. And so let's do this kind of education now. And when GM says he's bringing 24 hours economic policy, the first thing they say, some people argue say NDC form of policy way. John Mahama the one policy about 24 hours economic policy. Why is it difficult for somebody to understand this? Because what he meant by that, and they say, based on that economic policy, we're outlining his vision to drive economic growth in Ghana towards this kind of thing. Because see about a Juma Ghana, we could actually run it, say we are government agencies, we run it, we or we can actually within 24 hours in bit drive 3 people or 3 sets of people or more go into the industry to work there. And why is it so difficult for somebody to understand? Then when Baumia comes out to say until he doesn't even understand why Mahama saw whatever. We need government policies to drive society. So if we are going by Baumia's logic, and then why do we even need members of parliament? Because our bankers or this we don't need a member of parliament to ask in parliament to say that because our banks should know. Say I don't mean I'm just using it as an example. Or maybe let me just use Techiman Sunyani Road, which I know say Obi Antiminga Idaho, Rolling Star my no Obi Uncle. So if we are going by Baumia's logic, it means say we don't even need members of parliament within the Bong and then a half a region or Bono East and then Bono region to go to parliament to argue say here because they are buying all to know say if we are going by Baumia's logic, then I believe say the only thing we need in parliament is a computer if we are going by Baumia's logic. But sometimes it will be the policy. You take your time and then you analyze that policy and send out all the criticisms be or the And you always necessary criticisms to be negative, and sometimes you can actually tell the person that what you are bringing on board is good. To say you Alan Kojuchi maintain Ababeka said John Mahama's 24 hours economic policy. No, wow, was saying you have not taken your time to even understand it. And these are some of the things I think that we need to educate the masses. Senator and just say now, young Korean his saying now or 24 hours economic policy. I say
John Mahama says he has a new idea. And what is the new idea? He says he wants a 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy. He doesn't even understand that policy. Today in Ghana, our hospitals work 24 hours. Our electricity company works 24 hours. Our water company works 24 hours. Our phone companies work 24 hours. Miniature bars work 24 hours. Isn't it? Today, because of digitalization, the banks, you can transfer money 24 hours. You can receive money 24 hours. Isn't it? So he doesn't understand his own policy. It does not make sense. And I want you to vote in 2024, but I will bring a new vision. I will bring new policy, and we will transform this country.
How on earth will a whole economic guy say the 24 hours economic policy and it doesn't make sense? I don't understand this. Because Baumi Ghana and say way economics works it. Waste kid, let me just put it in that way. But you ended up saying there's nothing about the economy, you have been able to handle it. But you still go around saying, about with me at the better policies be about I'm Ghana at me improve it. How are you going to do that? Then you are going to attack somebody's economic policy or no they Babe survey unemployment in the society say he doesn't even understand it and it doesn't make sense. What didn't know about me? Say this policy doesn't make sense because I don't understand it. One was the typical politician in Ghana and say they only criticize, but they don't even take the time to read and then understand what you mean by some policies. That is why we only come out by criticizing the economic policies in the country. And then Tima Munino understands this kind of stuff, foolishness now they put across on the society, because we don't believe it will better economic policies be everybody ever. Until the better economic policies about, then you get people the so-called Nipa almost and then they come to criticize it. So we don't even like those kind of ideas anymore. We need pragmatic systems of governance. That is what we need in our society. Send by a bit Ghana a developing. Now, when we move from Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, young couldn't go to the regional minister and so on. Also said Bawumia and Asman as a Uncle Cancer 790.
And the vice president is saying that he understands the region. He says this 24-hour economy. Hey, my brothers, when we work in our farms and we are tired in the night, we have to sleep with our wives. So we have to be with our wives. So in the night, you want us also to go and be farming, and then people will come and take our wives away. Hey, now we have to be careful about this 24-hour thing.
One pure stupidness. Sorry for this choice of words, but that is what I understand it. So vice president say or say Asuma will say when John Mahama comes and implement the 24 hours economic policy, when you go to the farms, it means that some obinzo before yeranajo must you farm in the night. I say society in a building when we put this kind of people in political positions answer yenya Ghana na why fia Ghana or Yaroko hospital unyam partner so unya Dr. Papa and those kind of things. Because of these kind of people, they sign maneba. The whole regional minister and the whole vice president are smart and say Uncle Cancer as an enchire northerners say or they are farmers. So when they go to farm, not 24 hours economy bar will be before my year. That is what they understand. I'm surprised Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so bit him so many pa say Uncle Cancer as now. Now, when I say John Mahama outlining the vision for 24 hours economic policy, the people will be NTSC. The surprising thing is one was a whole vice president or economic person on TSC, regional minister NTSC, then a learned person, and so you couldn't go to
myself on Momuntu because 24 education. I know the fun before etu. Mama say on Momuntu because 24 hours economy. It a before the amount of things mama. A policy no. Mama mambo. Mama bapa muntu biom because mama ba man for na ama munyam wujuma. Because also ama for da and a mutu na muko didi na muko ba na mutu bidi ya ma for ebi muti na muda ko football park so na muda ko ball o dey say be follow and follow na mutu bi ejuma because and follow sa na omo mu ni ban bon omo da ho na kwara be ti no ti na o da ko ball na omo operate omo tu fa omo tutu no mo nam I be follow nam I be follow so ade sa na mutu bi bie chop bar omo tu bi bie a restaurant omo tu bi bie filling station na ado the free na ama so bagia sa ado the faforo eduma na ya ohunfo ni am so yo mo so waka o mama government be sa ohun eduma o obesa be ifo eduma o obesa be fo eduma o mo pam no mo si the kwan eba abe ifo kra to me eduma ado fa o dey say the night economy na mo nim sa ado fo na huhumu enante bo sonfo nyam nante enti mo say yakoye na to o kopa ko hia samai ko sia bosum bi ye bosum adisa esum abusam usum the night. Do you know the spirit that parts in the night? Only you may see what adrefa. It's the Bible say. Ya mom pai na yefa ye hye Yesu sa no nwenye ba ya da. Ya nkache et obi bi on nante do different ehia samai ehia bosom na boda mo nim mo na kache mama o de onim enti mo atum 25 hours economy you don't know nyamoka president mama krasa and myself on Momuntu because 24 education I know the fun before etu mama say on Momuntu because 24 hours economy it a before the amount of things mama a policy no mama mambo mama bapa muntu biom because mama ba man for na ama munyam wujuma because also I'm for that and a mutu na muko didi na muko ba na mutu bidi ya man for ebi muti na muda ko football park so na muda ko ball o dey say be follow and follow na mutu bi ejuma because and follow sa na omo mu ni ban bon omo da ho na kwara be ti no ti na o da ko ball na omo operate omo tu fa omo tutu no mo nam I be follow nam I be follow so ade sa na mutu bi bie chop bar omo tu bi bie a restaurant omo tu bi bie filling station na ado the free na ama so bagia sa ado the faforo eduma na ya ohunfo ni am so yo mo so waka o mama government be sa ohun eduma o obesa be ifo eduma o obesa be fo eduma o mo pam no mo si the kwan eba abe ifo kra to me eduma ado fa o dey say the night economy na mo nim sa ado fo na huhumu enante bo sonfo nyam nante enti mo say yakoye na to o kopa ko hia samai ko sia bosum bi ye bosum adisa esum abusam usum
I think it's a total bullshit. Sometimes where I don't want to even let somebody see this video. Lawyer, we are what kind of know. When we are building an economy, or the building of the economy, na equity, but if you say, but if you want to mean to nipati, and from Kobol and Lajo. Hey, I remember that show. I say, your mama, what they say, me boy, what they say, me papa. What me ah ma, and then more example about that comedian. Hey, your mama, opere you. So anyway, let's move forward now. And someone, me sometimes go be work I am ho. Rebecca, so say they call this useless man lawyer. Chia, I ask some woman lawyer me no. Or say or lawyer keke or law lecturer or science lecturer. Or being more example.